They chillin' in Alaska, swimming in Atlanta, vultures out in Beemore, they Kira, Carolina, they wildin' in Chicago, howlin' down in Big D, Mile High in Denver, that Tallahassee pride is deep, they lunching in Vancouver, Desperado shooting, the renegades on the loose, the hyenas looting, gold out in QC, who higher than them sparrows, the Furies swooping in divine order for the pharaohs, Indy on the rise, the sharks about to mash, gladiators, knights and Aztecs about to clash. Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party. First and 10, I'm so aggressive. The end zone, the game plan, no pressure. They gotta pay me how they measure me. You know these haters on my back like the referee. You know I'm in it to win it. Game day, I'm about my business, I gotta get it. So I'm all about my ends. And these non-stop wins. They can't touch us, can't touch us. We turning up on these suckers. You know the D brought the rockets. Cause we tighter than the huddles. Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party. Yeah. Third down is going down. Round the pound, oh, we gotta air them out. That's why I gotta hit the route. Hit the flat if I catch it, then I'm out. 40 inches gotta taste. YOLO, just no pump fake. So tighten up and hit the power high. The audible to draw them off sides.
Irvine Michaels, Ryan Michaels gets a block midfield. Ryan Michaels, he could be gone. Trying to be comfortable behind, he will not. Touchdown, Houston.
Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party.
Yola shakes it. Oh my goodness, and Yola gets away. Jay Yola on the first play for Tallahassee is going to score again. Left side, Odom gets away. Odom breaks another tackle. Ash Odom, you've got to be kidding me. Big chase, 10-5 touchdown! Oh my word! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Budweiser Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri for Friday Night Lights on Twitch TV. Hello everybody, I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine, alongside Stephen Mullenax and Jeff Mullenax on stats. How you doing, Stephen?
Hey, I'm doing wonderful, Cam. Glad to be here again. Here we are, week 2, but we have a debut for everyone at home. We're going to get a chance to see the New Orleans Pharaohs and their debut of their terrific rookie first-round pick, #1 pick overall, Xander Gold under center. Should be a good one.
The coin toss is next. St. Louis wins the toss, and the Gladiators will kick it away.
Hello.
Hello. It's Friday Night Lights on Twitch.tv. And Matthew Martin's got the ball in the tee. Kick it, we're underway. From the 5-yard line, it's Irvine Jackson on the return out to the 25. And that's where we'll see the #1 pick in the SFL rookie draft, Xander Gold.
Yeah, Xander Gold, 6'5", 230-pound rookie, number 10. We're going to get a chance to see this strong-arm kid in his SFL debut. And Cam, he's not the only rookie on this offensive side. It is full of rookie talent, and one veteran, Doc Bonkers, the running back.
Bonkers in the backfield as we start tonight's broadcast, and Xander Gold, as soon as he threw and is dragged down. Scott LaRue applying some pressure in St. Louis, who got a ton of pressure on London in week 1, getting to Gold already.
Yeah, Scott LaRue actually making his first stat recording here of the season. Went absolutely blanked last week in the debut and in his regular season debut, so good to see him get on the board early.
3 receivers and 2 backs in the backfield, including Bonkers, and New Orleans has some receivers onto the squad. We'll get to them in a moment. Xander Gold, deep drop back pass is almost intercepted. St. Louis had a chance at it. That was Afalabi. 3rd down and 10 on Gold's first pass. The receivers for the Pharaohs, Leroy Brown, number 11, Matt Wolf, number 13, and all the way down the roster, Irvine Jackson, number 88.
And, New Orleans showing a lot of confidence in their rookie passer early. This is a dangerous Gladiators secondary who picked off Nathan Lee 6 times last week.
81 viewers here tonight. Let's get 100 here on Friday Night Lights as Xander Gold's going long, and a pass is caught at the 46-yard line. What a throw and a completion to Quincy Williams, the non-contract receiver. Incredible first completion for New Orleans.
And first completion in the career of Xander Gold, and you see why, the Pharaohs were so excited to land this rookie quarterback. Just a strong arm there, super accurate, right on point, a lot of confidence. Here he comes out in a shotgun set.
A pickup of 21 yards in an empty backfield and 5 wide receivers for Gold against a 4-man rush. Gold fires down the middle, pass knocked up in the air and intercepted at the 37-yard line and returned for nothing, but Ethan Kai gets the interception, and St. Louis forces the turnover.
Well, rookie quarterbacks, they give and they take it the way. This is the danger of running with a rookie quarterback the entire series and not actually running the ball at all. He's gonna expose your offense a bit here, and when St. Louis can get that many tips and touches on a ball, their secondary is so talented. They're coming away with it.
That's the 7th interception of the season for St. Louis already. And bit shout-outs to Sonic 0002 with 700 bits, PB and Jotter with 100, and we've got some more to get to now. Denzel Diaz right up the gut, picks up 7 yards before he's tackled from behind by big number 99, Cornelius Arthur.
And the 5'6" domino in Diaz had a pretty good start to his SFL season, 69 yards and a touchdown and 7 receptions against in a loss to London last week. So this guy's a threat as a receiver out of the backfield.
A color rush here on Friday night. It's St. Louis in the gold and green and New Orleans in the purple and gold. Different shades, that is, as Denzel Diaz picks up a first down. And Diaz, who had about 70 rushing yards in week 1 in that loss to London, off to a strong start with about 12 yards in his first 2 carries.
Yeah, looking good early. Obviously, after passing for a large amount of yards last week, 532. St. Louis here is wanting to run early, but now looks like they're in a passing formation.
Back to pass is a Seal, who had over 500 yards passing last week. A wobble to the outside is incomplete. That stops the clock. Robert Redford with 100 bits tonight. A couple hundred from Nacho Sicario as well, as 32 bits come in from High Flying Dwarf. And the viewership is looking strong here tonight. 86 and counting, Stephen.
That's wonderful for our first Friday night of the season. You couldn't ask for a better crowd.
And couldn't ask to a better start to this game for St. Louis, forcing the turnover. This defense has been active. 3 wide receivers for a Seal. And a Seal, look at the pocket all day to throw. Pass is caught by Nick Finch to the New Orleans 37-yard line. Aaron Arrington on the tackle, the former Gladiator, taking on his former team.
Well, Finch had 9 receptions for 91 yards. Look, this is a Gladiators team that passed, like we mentioned, for 532 yards. Asil, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But Asil only completed 57% of his passes. Who knows what he would have had if he completed more.
Diaz breaks away from Arrington, picks up 9 yards up the middle. Good strong run from Denzel Diaz, who, as we look at Jeff Mullenax's updated stats, now has a few carries and I believe about 20 yards.
Well, all pistons are firing right now for the Gladiators. They can pass, they can run. They're playing great defense. Everything is going in their favor. We talk about momentum. They certainly have it.
2nd down and 1 at the Pharaohs' 28-yard line after Xander Gold's interception. Handoff goes to Diaz running left. Diaz gets away from one, and then a nice tackle on the outside made by Tank Bennett at strong safety. But Diaz picks up yet another 1st down for St. Louis. It's their 3rd on this drive.
Well, give the Double D Dynamo there a lot of credit. He was able to, even though his blocker in front of him missed his assignment, he has enough power and strength in those little legs to power over the 1st down marker.
Shout-outs to Mighty RX, Mr. 23, Matthew NOLA, Vancouver Legion, B.A. Armstrong, 38 cornerback, just promoted to general manager in Denver, and that pass is caught on the sideline, all the way out of the 13-yard line, caught by number 81, Tito Moss, who had a couple of touchdowns last week with a critical drop in the 4th quarter.
Well, this is, this has been really a balanced attack here we're seeing early from St. Louis, and they showed hints of this last week against London. They have the stars both in the passing game and in their rushing attack to really confuse the defense. I think that's what we're seeing here early on.
Pure 2K12's in the house. Achilles Frank is in the house, and an excellent week 1. Plague 7 is also here, and a ton of all of SFL Nation. 7:15 to go in the 1st. Hand off to Diaz. Diaz inside the 10, down to the 8. 2nd down and 5 coming up, and Diaz averaging 5.6 yards a carry. Now 5 carries for about 26 yards.
Yeah, the Gladiators doing an excellent job of blocking for the little guy, and he has the speed and the patience to get the maximum amount of yards. Really liking what we're seeing here early from St. Louis.
Mixed down King with 200 bits. Shout out to you, sir, as Diaz almost got away, but for the first time is dropped in the backfield. Tackle made by Marcellus Mitchell at defensive end.
Yeah, nice job by Mitchell there to sniff out what was happening there on the offense and find and locate the running back through all that traffic.
3rd down and 6 at the 9. Asil's going shotgun with split backs to his left and right. Nick Finch is at the bottom of the screen, the only star receiver for this St. Louis bunch, and Asil is looking around, pressure getting in his face, steps up in the pocket, has to fire it outside. An incomplete pass to Denzel Diaz, and applying pressure was Mitchell, and New Orleans will get a red zone stand.
Well, a moral victory for the Pharaohs there as they are able to stop the Gladiators from getting to the end zone. And now here's something, Cam, that we really want to look at. Matthew Martin, the kicker for the Gladiators, missed 3 of his 5 field goals last week. This has been a topic of discussion all week within the league.
So this is a 26-yard attempt for St. Louis, trying to become the first points on the board here on Friday Night Lights. And the field goal from the Gladiators is good. And from 26 yards away, St. Louis leads 3-0. We pause from a message from the SFL.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
Xander Gold in the chat saying, let's shake off the jitters. And Ray Bentley's wife, apparently a new New Orleans Pharaohs fan. 50 bits from Robert Redford. 1st and 10 with 6:06 to go in the 1st. St. Louis on the board first. Gold will dump it off short, and really short. That's a gain of nothing in the reception made by the tight end, Brock Lee, 6'6", 248, undrafted rookie.
And that could be a design play there by New Orleans coaching staff. They want to settle their rookie down and try to give him some easy throws. They're just trying to find the tight end open on just a really quick release and turn, but it didn't end up with any gain.
Halfway through the first quarter, and Gold will drop to throw. Gold outside, almost intercepted. What a nice read by Colin Douglas in the flat. 3rd down and 10, and St. Louis's defense continues to look outstanding as they did in the first half of last week's game against London.
6'3", 215 veteran there. Colin Douglas nearly comes away with his 3rd interception on the season already here just in game 2 for them. Dissected that play to perfection.
5 wide for Gold here again. We've seen them go empty a few times. This is just a 3-man rush. Gold going deep, and the pass is intercepted again and returned into New Orleans territory. That's Douglas. That is their 8th interception of the season, and it's 1st down at the New Orleans 32-yard line, and Gold is forcing things deep.
Well, sometimes when you're hot, and right now Colin Douglas is steaming hot. This guy almost came up with an interception the play before this, and then he gets him one on the right afterwards. Look, this guy had 2 interceptions against London, adds a 3rd here. This guy's hot, Cam. He may go for the triple tonight. Might have a hat trick.
97 viewers trying to get up into triple digits here tonight. Keep it up, SFL Nation. Appreciate all your support. 1st and 10 at the Faro 32-yard line. So far, St. Louis looking good. Dylan Asil outside, near side, caught by Finch. Pickup of 3. Out to the 29-yard line. Obi Okoye was giving chase before Finch gave himself up.
Yeah, I'm liking Asil early. Really patient to work his reads. He delivers the ball with touch there. Not trying to push it downfield like you're saying Gold, the rookie, do on the other side of the ball. He's just being really patient there on 3rd down. Didn't make a mistake in the previous series. Opted just to throw it out of bounds instead of risking an interception.
Another heavy look here for St. Louis with a lot of down linemen for New Orleans, and then a swing out to Diaz. And Diaz's blocker got crushed there by Andre Daniels, and eventually Arrington comes over to make the tackle. It'll bring up a 3rd down and short into field goal range.
Yeah, and the blocker, you're right, actually absolutely got crushed, but he did just enough to keep the defender off Diaz, who's speedy enough to make that what should have been really a no gain to them being about 2 yards away from a 1st down.
Diaz 6 carries for 27 yards, 22 bits from Eric Vincent. Appreciate that. Hand off to Diaz running right. Denzel Diaz, 1st down and more. Diaz tackled to the 17-yard line, but into the red zone. The wrap-up made by Rolliman Hood, the undrafted rookie.
Well, this is going to be a fun player to watch tonight. Diaz, the little dynamo, really packs the wallop here. Look at him bring the wood on a defender 2 times his size. Sit down, son. You just got embarrassed on national TV.
That was Obi Okoye, too, putting down a star linebacker. That is not easy. 4:15 left in the first. Another shotgun split back sets. Both teams showing similar looks on both of their first 2 drives. Out of the nickel for New Orleans, Asil all day going back, corner of the end zone, knocked away. Beautiful coverage on the outside by Hood.
And boy, did they have some tall secondary players back there. And, this quarterback trying to fit the ball into a very tight window, but a perfectly played ball there by the defender Hood with a nice little, hey, welcome to the SFL.
Look at Indianapolis hijacking the broadcast there. Gotta get rid of that. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 from the Faro 16-yard line.
Yeah, we need to see. Now, we've seen really good consistency out of this offense. They just now have to make it work for more than a field goal.
From the 17-yard line, 4 wide and empty backfield for Asil. Straight back drop. Asil fires over the middle into dangerous coverage, and there's no reason for Asil to force that football. Heath McDaniel II, formerly of the Dallas Roughnecks, 6'2", 235, and he is one of the better players on this Pharaohs defense.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the rare veterans on this team, and a Pro Bowler to boot, Cam. The only thing I can say is probably Asil just didn't see McDaniel II until the very last moment, and it was too late.
3rd down and 10 at the 17-yard line. 3:58 to go in the first. Asil to throw. Look at the time. Near side. Caught at the 3-yard line, and Nick Finch is stepping up big time. for the Gladiators here at home in the first quarter. A Seals 5 of 9.
Well, when a Seal needs a big play made, he looks towards Finch as his security blanket, and he has been there so far this season to answer the call every time. This is a quarterback that threw for over 500 yards, and we're seeing a lot of patience from him right now. But if you're St. Louis, if I was the coach of St. Louis, I'd be going through the little domino right now to get that touchdown.
First and goal at the 3. Hand off to Denzel Diaz, and Diaz can't get in. And New Orleans defense doing a pretty good job so far in the red zone, trying to keep this game close early after 2 picks on Xander Gold's first 2 offensive possessions.
And we talked about a lot of rookies that have laced this Pharaohs team on this roster, but they've got 2 veteran linebackers in Okoye and McDaniel that can cover that middle of the field there.
Second to go with the 2. Hand off Diaz. Denzel Diaz walks it in. Touchdown, St. Louis.
Love it, love it, love it. Love to see the players on the roster who are designed, who have been signed, do their jobs. You know, so many times, Cam, we see players that just aren't able to make the plays when they need to make them. But this is the reason why Diaz is in St. Louis, to make these kind of plays and conversions and touchdowns for the Gladiators. Nice job, St. Louis.
So with 2:57 to go, Martin comes on for the extra point. And we don't often see this, Stephen, but 2 turnovers and 10 points off those turnovers. A lot of teams have difficulty converting those turnovers into points. Not St. Louis here in the first quarter. Xander Gold going to have to turn some things around. But first, a message from the SFL.
Follow the SFL on Twitter @SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL.
Oh, there's a fumble, and it's recovered by St. Louis. Recovered by St. Louis at the 26-yard line. Peter Kissinger. And that's a first down for the Gladiators. Unbelievable.
Well, Xander Gold had it right in the chat. He was saying, hey, team, let's shake off these debut jitters that we have. And clearly, you know, this Pharaohs team is still a little shell-shocked just to be here in their debut game in the SFL, and the nerves are showing.
Fumble forced by Charlie Northrup, 6'5", 253 tight end. And a 3-back set for St. Louis, who's dominating the first quarter here on Friday Night Lights. A seal out to Diaz. Diaz 25-20. And Diaz is shoved out of bounds by Aaron Arrington at the 17-yard line, pickup of 8.
And look at the speed by the little domino there. This is a guy that is sudden in space. He's got great start and stop quickness, but there it was all speed. He just uses turbo boosters to get around the corner, had an effective block in front of him, and got them in within 2 yards of a first down.
RD Fam Gaming, welcome to the stream, bud. This game does still exist. Better than ever. 2:35 to go in the first. Second down and 2. Handoff, Diaz running left. And this time, Diaz is stuffed in the backfield. Really nice play by number 68, a defensive tackle, David Mendez.
And talk about individual effort there. We talk about these defenders. One of the things we don't mention a lot is their vision. They've got to see through a lot of trash and garbage to find the ball. They're just perfect execution by the defensive tackle.
Third down and 4. Now out of the gun for Dylan Asil. St. Louis been very balanced here in the first quarter. Asil going for it and got it. First down to the 12. And the catch made by Cody Scott, third-year man, originally from Carolina.
Well, if it's not going to Finch, it's going to Scott, the veteran tight end. But look, Cam, can we talk a little bit about this offensive line? They are giving Asil so much time to find his receivers. It's ridiculous. Do we give Pro Bowl bids to all these offensive linemen because they're playing like it right now?
Kappa Jones with 100 points. RD Fam Gaming, if you want to join the league, get on a team. Join our Discord community, simulationfl.net, to get involved. A minute and a half to go in the first, and Asil is going to check it down. Pass caught by Finch after a gain of 1. And the tackle made by Curtis Compton, a free safety.
Yeah, and you know what? The Gladiators, not satisfied with the 10-0 lead here early. still looking to be aggressive, still passing here, although they're on their own 11-yard line. They're on New Orleans, their 11-yard line. It's 11 yards away from a touchdown. I'm surprised they're not going to their dynamic running back, but they obviously see something here in the passing game.
2nd and 9 for Asil. Asil going to the back of the end zone. Cut! Get those toes in! Cody Scott! Touchdown, St. Louis. They're all over him.
Wow, that tight end, he must take ballet classes in the offseason, because I haven't seen tip toes like that since I last saw the Nutcracker, and that's not a euphemism, Cam. Nice agility by this big tight end. Look at that. Just graceful. I swear that's Lynn Swan out there.
So three possessions, 3 turnovers for New Orleans, 3 possessions, 3 scores for St. Louis. Doesn't get much worse than that.
Yeah, and here's the catch-22 of it all. They're going to need Xander Gold to get back into this game. They haven't run their veteran running back, Don Bonkers, at all. And the way this score is, he might not get a single carry in this game. They're going to have to rely on that young, strong arm of that rookie, Xander Gold. Can he get away from those jitters that he's had here in the first quarter and actually start to put some points on the board?
That's a great point, Stephen. Hopefully Jackson doesn't fumble again. Let's hear from the SFL.
Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls.
Jackson to the 29.
Jump off the sidelines and into the action here where we're loading legends at the SFL.
Stephen, I'm with you. They got to give the ball to Don Bonkers and calm this #1 pick in the draft down.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to slow down this St. Louis offense that has been explosive. One way to do that is to keep them off the field.
All right, Bonkers in the backfield, two backs, 2 receivers. Gold's going to throw again. Gold out to Bonkers, and Bonkers runs out of room. No gain, and they're actually going to say, I believe, that it was an incomplete pass. An updated look at some of the stats we've got going here tonight. Xander Gold is 3 out of 8 for 21 yards and 2 picks. Macio 8 of 12, 72 yards and a touchdown. Diaz has 11 carries already in the game for 38 yards when Bonkers has not touched the ball. So 2nd down and 10 for New Orleans. They're really struggling here in their debut. New Orleans going to dump it off to Bonkers, looking for blockers. Bonkers spins back inside, got away from a couple. Really nice play from Bonkers, the former Oklahoma City Renegade, and that's what he can do for you. He's so dynamic.
Yeah, and that's the best offensive play New Orleans has run so far. And it was through the veteran running back. I really, honestly, Cam, I thought they would use him a lot more than they have. They may have been thinking the St. Louis figured the same thing, and they wanted to surprise him with this quarterback. So far, not a surprise.
3rd and 3, Gold looking, and he almost threw another pick. Boy, just standing there in coverage. Bo Knowles, the outside linebacker, getting in the way, and Gordon Grassmanis, I get that right? Grassmanis out for the punt. And at least that's better than a turnover for New Orleans, but their defense got to be getting exhausted here as St. Louis looking pretty sharp here tonight.
Yeah, they are, the Gladiators are absolutely blanketing these Pharaoh wide receivers. And these are a bunch of rookie wide receivers. So this is their first. Oh, we almost blocked it.
Man, sorry, Steven. I really thought he was going to get to that. I normally just let that go, thinking that they're not going to get there, but he really did look like he was going to get there. One more out of the 28, and this is the worst starting field position for St. Louis of the night.
Yeah, don't worry about that, Cam. That's just your passion shining through. We're all feeling it.
Shout-outs for Bits. Max Jackson with 100. Suicide King with 100. Robert Redford with another 100. And earlier this week, Curtis, Scam DMC, sitting here flossing, all with 1,200, getting those bits in for the season. There is a flag on the play. Let's check it. I think that's on St. Louis.
Yeah, it might be holding there. We'll see.
First break of the night for New Orleans, if it is.
Holding, number 57, offense.
And it is holding, and that holding is on Bigham Smith. That'll make it 1st and 20, and that is the end of the first quarter. And what a quarter it was. All St. Louis. We're back after this. It's 17-0 St. Louis on top of New Orleans. This is the SFL presented by APM Music.
APM Music is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com and visit their all-new esports landing page to find the best highlight music, heroic action, and epic sounds to boost the quality of your esports stream just like us. Log on to forum.apmmusic.com/esports for more information. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
The Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, is brought to you by APM Music, your custom music house. Show Business Studios, the official partner of the SFL convention. What a convention it was. Media Tech Institute. Richards Printworks, the official shop of the SFL. ScoreStream, the official scoring app of the SFL. And our newest sponsor, Spygoat, handling all of our audio needs. The beautiful St. Louis, Missouri. 17-0. St. Louis on top, start of the second quarter. And Dylan Asil will throw it near side, and it's caught again on the sideline. No, they said he was out of bounds, and it'll bring up 2nd and 20.
Well, I don't know about that. They may want to challenge that. That looked like it might have been in for me. Might just be at this point, scores, as it is such, they may just go ahead and pass on that challenge. It is obviously still first down, but second down. But it is 2nd down and 20, so I'm surprised they didn't throw the flag here.
Yeah, I'm surprised too, Steven. That looked like a catch to me. So a break for New Orleans there, 2nd down and long, and Asil will have to step up in the pocket. Oh, Asil is going the wrong way, and he lost 6 yards. That sack made by big number 95, Coleman Fletcher. And I got to tell you, Steven, finally some momentum on the side of New Orleans.
Well, chalk that up to Asil's inexperience there. He knows he did something wrong, pounding the ground afterwards. At a certain time, at a certain point, you got to have a clock in your head that's running down, and you either got to run out of that pocket or get rid of it there. The wrong decision by Asil to go back into the pocket that he just left.
3rd down and 26, back at the 13. New Orleans has got to give their offense this situation. And Asil is in trouble and out the near side. I mean, he came flying in, unblocked, and somehow Asil didn't see him as Fletcher gets back-to-back sacks, 4th and 32.
Yeah, and look, just looking from the press box up here, I can see Fletcher zeroing in on Asil the whole way. And Asil, look, you just don't have any playbooks that help you get 3rd and 26 and convert that. And Asil looking to the very last second to find someone and got sacked.
Punt from Grand Northrop, and a fair catch called for by Jackson, who's still looking for his first catch. And hey, look at this. New Orleans with excellent field position at the Gladiator 37. They may not get a better opportunity in the first half than this.
You're absolutely right. Already knocking on the door of field goal range. You just need to see a little bit of a spark here from this offense, and they'll have some points on the board.
1st and 10 at the 37, and a heavy set for New Orleans here with Bonkers in the backfield. They're going to throw it out to Bonkers. Bonkers has some blockers. Bonkers 30-25, and Bonkers down to the St. Louis 22-yard line, and he has been this Pharaohs offense in the first half.
Well, if you want to believe, you can't believe this, Cam. That was a center, Angelo Gonzalez, a number 52, going out there, running from his position to go out there and block on the screen. And boy, do they have an effective block out there, and just gives that veteran running back all the space in the world to get, I believe, what is their very first down conversion of the game.
Shacker 3 with 100 bits says this announcer combo is lit. Love it.
Oh,
and Gold is in trouble. He's going to go down. Double team sack back at the 27-yard line. That was, let's get the numbers, Manny Eisenhower, 6'4", 313 in his second season. And Mandrake Perp, the former Renegade, with a couple of star sacks there.
Well, these two, Eisenhower and Perp, they recorded together 3 sacks last week, so they're just trying to get their average in this game.
2nd and 16 at the 27. That puts Gold in a difficult situation. Now there's a flag, and Gold will flip it outside. Pass complete to Roman Vickers at tight end, and I believe this was another St. Louis penalty, and if I was St. Louis, I would accept.
Well, Cam, this is a rookie mistake by the quarterback there. If you see that there is a flag thrown, you want to try and test that's your opportunity to test those deep waters. See if maybe you can sneak a play past the Gladiators in this secondary that has been tight all game. It's a freebie, and you just take it as a rookie there. Xander Gold just threw it out to the flat.
Shacker 3, who is Thad Castle, gives another 200 bits, and 200 bits from LeQuack 85. Thank you so much for your support, as Bonkers cannot stretch it outside. Bo Knowles gets him from behind, and it's 3rd down and 11. Have not seen what Zen Lee, the kicker for New Orleans, can do. Gold would like to convert here.
We haven't mentioned it yet, Cam, but you are actually camming up in the bottom right corner of the screen. This is something that's new that we haven't really been doing. I mean, we did some of it during the convention, but hey, give Cam some credit for camming up there.
3rd down and 11, and Gold is going to fire deep in the middle of the field. Caught at the 3-yard line for a 1st and goal. Catch made by Matt Wolf, and New Orleans is in business.
Well, New Orleans Pharaohs, welcome to the league and welcome to the game finally. Xander Gold, this is the reason why he was taken 1st overall in the SFL draft. He has a cannon for an arm, and he finds his rookie wide receiver there with the post route down the middle.
Oh, it's so much easier working at SFL Studios, man. It really, it really is nice. 1st and goal from the 3. Gold is going to flip it out to Bonkers. Bonkers can't get away. Colin Douglas again. Hasn't made a play in a while, but it's now 2nd down and goal from the 6. Xander Gold is now 6 of 13.
Yeah, if I'm New Orleans offensive coordinator, I may want to avoid the side that Colin Douglas is on. He's been playing extraordinarily well, but I do like the thought process behind the Pharaohs getting the ball to their best playmaker in that situation.
2nd and goal at the 6. 7:08 to go in the 1st half. New Orleans trying to get their first points in franchise history. Here's a handoff to Bonkers. Nobody was expecting it. Bonkers has stood up at the goal line, just shy. Peltier and company on the stop. It's 3rd and goal for New Orleans.
Well, the seas parted wide open there, and it looked like Bonkers had just a free rein right into the end zone, but a nice job of St. Louis making up and actually getting into that space and stopping him short.
Bonkers, touchdown! 1st in New Orleans history. Oh, Indianapolis, get the hell out of here.
And Indy trying to steal the thunder, but we won't let them. Look, the Pharaohs finally, they are going to their running back, and as well they should. Hey, there we go. Good. There's the Pharaohs touchdown, and beautiful as it is. But, yeah, we were kind of puzzled at what the strategy was early by the Pharaohs to go to their rookie quarterback. I think they read the tea leaves a little bit in this game and decided, you know what, we need to hand the ball off to this Bonkers guy. He's pretty good.
So Dunk Bonkers, the former Renegade, 3 carries, 5 yards, and a touchdown, but he also has 3 receptions for 19 yards. So Bonkers getting it done for New Orleans. And how about the Pharaohs? A disastrous first quarter here on the road. They stay composed, and they cut it to 10.
And let's not forget, the Pharaohs are going to need to thank their defense for getting them such great field position, on that play. They were nearly in field goal range when they got the ball, and their quarterback, stayed composed and made a good play downfield to get them close to the goal line, and Bonkers took care of the rest.
So the kick is away from the 9-yard line. That's one more on the return, and he's stuffed at the 28-yard line. Was that a hiccup?
I have no idea. I didn't see that.
I thought you hiccuped. It sounded like you hiccuped.
I did not. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody in the chat did.
And with that, we just lost half our viewership. I'm just kidding.
Oh, jeez. All right.
1st and 10 at the 20. I shouldn't joke about that stuff, right? Thank you all for supporting us. 86 right now. Strong. 1st and 10 at the 28. A seal. Look at the a seal all day, but nobody was open. Really good coverage deep for New Orleans. Okoye was covering the slot, and Truckee Steck was the intended target. 2nd down.
And I know if you're fans of the Gladiators, you're disappointed by that outcome. But honestly, this is a guy that's saving himself from any type of turnover situation. He'd just rather throw it out of bounds, keep the 10-yard space there between the first down marker and him, and go to a second down and try again.
Heavy set for St. Louis. Now only up 10. Handoff Diaz up the middle. Diaz shreds one tackler, but only picks up a yard. Okoye got the stop, and now we have an injury. Andre Daniels at defensive end, and a couple of players looking on, not looking too good.
No, it looks like they're probably going to have to bring the stretcher out for him, but hopefully we'll get a good medical report. But yeah, trying to stop the little dynamo and just powers right through him. Looks like probably maybe an arm injury. We'll have to see what the doctors say. But Cam, here's the thing with the Gladiators. Yeah, you have a sort of comfortable lead here, but you can't take your foot off the gas. You've got to have that killer instinct and go for more points.
3 receivers. Dylan Asil changing the play at the line. Nickel look for New Orleans. Seal the pass against the 3-man rush, playing some soft zone. Diaz trying to get away, but hey, look at that. That's 4th down as New Orleans essentially backs off. Dares St. Louis to throw it deep. St. Louis doesn't, and they have to punt.
Yeah, and the Gladiators, their worst enemy here the last 2 series. They're clearly playing a more conservative game plan with the lead, and that is very dangerous, especially from what we saw on the Pharaohs, from the Pharaohs in the last series.
Should be decent field position again for New Orleans.
Yeah.
The punter Northrop standing at his 20-yard line as he boots that one away. Jackson returning kicks from the 32. Jackson had just a little bit of space before he's wrapped up by Kissinger, making another excellent special teams play, and Xander Gold gets it back on the 36-yard line. Gold, 6 of 13, 60 yards and a couple of picks.
Well, Xander's recovered really well after, nobody would blame the kid for seeing ghosts out there after the early interceptions that he had, but he played conservative and well within himself here in the last series. Let's see if he can repeat that and get Bonkers more involved.
First down and 10 at the 36-yard line, and looking for Bonkers. Oh, it got through Douglas, and Bonkers picks up 5. Douglas was all over that, and Gold waited for the exact moment that Douglas may have gotten distracted and somehow found Dunk for 5.
Well, they say there's no defense for the perfect pass. There's the example. A perfect pass by the rookie Gold barely gets by the defender. If the defender gets a hand on that ball, that could have been a pick 6, but the perfect pass allows for a gain of 5 yards.
Second down to the 41-yard line. Handoff's going to go to Donk on a counter right. And Bonkers roughed up Peltier and company after a 2-yard gain, 3rd down and 3. Tomorrow, we're on YouTube for Saturday Night Football. Jaquise Ulandula takes on his former team as Carolina goes all the way out west to take on the San Francisco Sharks. Skyhawks trying to finish 2-0 or start 2-0, maybe for the first time in franchise history. We're going to have to get the history books out. That is tomorrow night, 7 Central, 8 Eastern on the SFL Network on YouTube. And Xander Gold hit as he threw. How did that ball get out? It's caught in a broken tackle at the 45-yard line. Matt Wolf and Xander Gold showing the strength to pick up the first down.
New Orleans made this kid the top pick in the draft for a reason. The strength by this kid to get the ball out when he was nearly half sacked, Cam, and then Wolf, the tall target, able to stand tall and grab that ball out of the air and gain some nice yardage afterward.
Let's go.
Just trying to get the red cup more in the shot. Since DeMont Simeon.
Is that a red cup or is that a leg? That was huge. Looked like a Christmas sock.
You need a lot of water at this job. 1st and 10 at the 45, and Gold is starting to get a feel for the SFL game. Wolf, another catch, picks up 7. Wolf, the 37th pick in the SFL rookie draft. He was one of the picks that the London guys were falling asleep at their desk at.
Well, look, are we seeing, Cam, are we seeing the birth of a star here? This is a guy who is maturing under center right in front of our eyes. And you know what? And what's really helped him is getting Bonkers involved. It has really upped his game.
Second down and 3, and Gold's going to hit Bonkers again. Look at all the space. Bonkers picks up a first down. Douglas does a real good job of closing the gap. New Orleans is nearing field goal range at the 34-yard line, and what a turnaround in this second quarter.
Well, clearly Bonkers is going to be the leading receiver for this Pharaohs team, as they really do like to run those swings and screen plays. But you know what? It's an absolute necessity when you have a rookie under center to give him very comfortable looks like that.
This press coverage, nobody in the middle of the field, and Gold is in trouble, and Eisenhower's going to bring him down, a loss of 4. St. Louis applying more pressure to Gold.
Oh, those crafty Gladiators bringing out that play change, maybe confusing the rookie a little bit, and then here's Eisenhower coming away with his second sack of the night. Boy, nice play here, play call there by the defensive coordinators for St. Louis.
Boy, if New Orleans would have ran some slants there, they would have been cash money wide open in the middle. 4 receivers, 3 out the left side. Back to pass is Gold. Gold steps up the pocket, lofts one deep. Oh, it's picked off at the 10-yard line. Douglas has his second, and Gold has thrown 3 picks in the first half.
Well, and that's a rookie quarterback making a rookie mistake. They're lofting the ball in the air in the direction of Colin Douglas, the man who now has 4 interceptions on the season.
Wow. Wow, Colin Douglas, he's got to be at the top of the leaderboards at this point.
Yeah.
And it's 1st and 10 from the 10 for Dylan Asil, who's been a bit quiet here in the first half. 9 of 15 for 74 yards. Asil standing at his 3. Asil going long. Oh, that's picked up at the 34. Returned 10, 5, and down to the 4-yard line. Pass intercepted by number 28. And forgive me, Rolleman Hood.
Hood with those go-go gadget arms just extends so far in the air. Look at the length of this kid. Able to extend, make the great athletic play. Look, if that gets past Hood, that's a touchdown the other way. What a great defensive play. And the Pharaohs absolutely needed it after that interception.
Lee, high-flying Dwarf in the chat says, damn, that pick made me knock my drink over. 1st and goal at the 4. Go and get another one. 2:52 to go in the first half. Gold looking for Bonkers. He's not open, and Gold is going to be sacked. Eisenhower and company there again, kissing the muscles, Mandrake Perk.
Well, we're seeing 2 totally different offensive lines here. St. Louis is giving Asil all the time in the world to make his plays, and Xander Gold is having to scramble and think on the fly to make his. But let's see if they can settle down, maybe get some better pressure, because they know they've got the end zone in their sights.
Back to pass is Gold. Gold outside, can't turn the corner. Pass complete to Vickers. Haven't heard much out of Ermac Jackson or the other Leroy Brown, the undrafted rookie. 3rd and goal from the 3.
And now here's decision time. Do you go through the air with your rookie quarterback, who has already thrown multiple interceptions in this game, or do you look to your veteran running back on a 3rd and 3?
2:08 to go. They're going to shovel it to Bonkers. He got the touchdown. Oh, what a play by New Orleans. Bonkers on a shovel pass. It's a 4-point game.
Golf claps all around for the New Orleans coaching staff, pulling out the trick play, the old shovel pass here, and then Bonkers able to beat the blocker, knows what's at stake, knows that this can get them back into the game. It absolutely does. Welcome to the SFL New Orleans.
Man, I am still reeling from the convention, apparently. It's not even halftime. We're having too much fun here in the first half.
At the tail of 2 different teams. I mean, we talk about a St. Louis Gladiators team who just seemed to have this game by the throat early, and all of a sudden the new, the rookie-filled team of the Pharaohs able to come back and make this competitive before the end of the first half.
It's Xander Gold's first passing touchdown of his career. Now a word from the SFL.
Want to do what I do? Contact me in the DM on Discord to find out how you can get involved with streaming live games, calling games, or breaking them down on the air with our broadcast team. or help make our production even better by joining our new live stats team, helping our broadcasters shine brighter. We are #Loading Legends in the SFL.
One more out of the 27-yard line as we near the 2-minute warning. New Orleans has outscored St. Louis 14-0 here in the second quarter. And Xander Gold now 11 of 19 for 93 yards, a touchdown, and 3 picks.
Well, if you're a Seal, it's not panic mode. Obviously, you're still up by 3, but your offense has looked a little stale here the past couple series. You need to forget the interception and just keep trying to move the ball down the field methodically.
A Seal got sacked, and that is the 2-minute warning. A complete turnaround for New Orleans as Aaron Arrington is dancing on the sideline. This is the SFL Network, presented by APM Music on Twitch.tv. Shoutouts to Mixdown King, Robert Redford, 28, and Kappa Jones with 100 bits. 100 also from Pilgrim in the chat. A Seal will dump it off, and New Orleans is everywhere. Gold now with more passing yards than a Seal. McDaniel the second on the tackle, 3rd and 15. And don't forget, we got a special announcement coming up at halftime.
Well, Cam, this is something that we couldn't even imagine in the first half, but all of a sudden St. Louis just looks shaken by this young New Orleans squad.
A Seal on 3rd down and 15. That pass is caught, but stepping out of bounds shy of the first down was Jacob Swain. It's another punt for St. Louis. They had the ball for almost no time, and they're going to punt it away to New Orleans with 1:26 left.
And the Gladiators look averse to throwing anything deep or even medium across the field. They have just turned their offensive package into something very conservative, and it is doing them no favors here.
1:26 to go. And Stephen, we caught a lot of games. One of the most bizarre first halves we've seen in terms of New Orleans' complete turnaround. As from the 34-yard line, Jackson's got some space out of the 38 before Moore wraps him up. All 3 timeouts for New Orleans and 1:17 to work with.
Well, St. Louis, both on offense and defense, they came out with all the confidence, and the Pharaohs had absolutely none. And as New Orleans, this new team, and their confidence has risen, they've gained momentum, and the Gladiators have just gone the other direction.
95 viewers and counting. Let's get to triple digits here on the SFL Network. Friday Night Lights. Xander Gold in trouble. Loss of 5 yards. One thing's for sure, St. Louis's defensive line is pretty dang good.
Doing a real good job against this offensive line. Yeah.
2nd and 15, Gold. Check down, caught at the original line of scrimmage. That is, who is that on the far side? Morphing his way through everybody, Matt Wolf.
And a good job in the sense that it gives you, at least it stops the clock, and it gives you an opportunity to get a play into your rookie, settle him down a little bit, and at least give the Pharaohs offense an opportunity to convert this long 3rd down.
Rob Roby with 100 bits, and shout out to him. He is the artist of our new All-Pro Party theme song there at the start of tonight's game. Gold's pass. Oh! It's tipped and intercepted! Freeman Peltier off the deflection! 15-10 down to the 7. I have never seen that before in this game in SFL history. That was amazing.
Yeah, this is a secondary, Cam, that had 6 interceptions last week, and then they gave up 4 touchdowns to James Hands. It's kind of a heckle, Mr. Hyde and Mr. Jekyll. I got that all wrong. Jekyll and Hyde type situation with the secondary. But boy, let me tell you what, when they want to make a play, they can make this spectacular play. Just a few yards away from a touchdown there. Wow, what a great individual effort there by Peltier.
That is New Orleans' 5th turnover of the first half. If you remember,
Wow.
London last week also had a handful of turnovers in the first half, but St. Louis is only up by 3. Pass out to Diaz, he's got blockers, and then he is crushed by McDaniel the second, 2nd and goal.
And McDaniel the second making a nice open field tackle there. He's made his bones doing that in this league.
And are they going to throw it to Diaz again? Yes, he's got nowhere to go. Diaz makes the most of it, got out of bounds, and likely out of a loop there. 3rd and goal at the 2 for Diaz and the Gladiators. And man, if New Orleans can hold to a field goal here, they got to be feeling pretty dang good.
Yeah, and it has a lot to do with what the Gladiators are calling as well. Look, their defense, outstanding tonight. Their offense looked good early, but has declined as this game has gone along. Scoring a touchdown here would do a lot for their momentum going into halftime.
2 receivers split out wide for a seal on a 3rd down and goal to the end zone, knocked away right at the goal line. Finch was the intended target, and Tank Bennett gets his paws in there, and there's still time on the clock, and Martin will come out for what is essentially an extra point.
Well, Tank Bennett, 6'4", strong safety, a 2nd-round pick there, does his job, gets one of those lengthy arms of his up to bat the ball away and saves the Pharaohs from having to come back from another touchdown.
This is a 19-yard chip shot for Matthew Martin off the Pharaohs' interception that really wasn't even Xander Gold's fault. That field goal is good. It's New Orleans 14 and St. Louis 20 with 29 seconds to go in an incredible first half of play. Shout out to Pilgrim with a couple hundred more bits. Eric Vincent with 100. And PB and Jotter also with 100. I tell you, Stephen, I don't think I've ever seen a ball bounce off a shoulder like that so smoothly. I mean, right into Peltier's hands. And with 29 seconds left, Jackson on the return up to the 31-yard line. And that's where New Orleans will try to take the lead before the half.
Well, the Pharaohs, give a lot of credit to the Gladiators' defense. How many times have we seen a ball tipped in the air? Maybe not like that, but just tipped in the air, and the defense can't come away with it. These Gladiators' defense, this secondary is taking advantage of every opportunity that New Orleans has given them tonight. And it's still only a 6-point game.
So 1st down with 26 seconds to go in the first half. The handoff goes to Bonkers, and he's bonked out of existence. No gain. 2nd down, and we'll see if New Orleans just is trying to break something loose with Bonkers. Oh, boy. Not going to happen on that play either. Eisenhower cleans him up. That may be the final play of the first half. Let's see how New Orleans wants to play this. And it will be the final play of the first half. That takes us to the locker room. What a first half of play. New Orleans 14, St. Louis 20. Hey, Stephen, how about some first half analysis?
Well, we talked about this game just really flipping on its head. We had in movies you have the protagonist, the hero, and the villain, and those two roles really got switched up as this game was going along. The Gladiators came out so strong, and they came with such a big lead. They were in full control of this game, and then slowly but surely the confidence of this young offensive team started to build, and their defense started to get geeked off that, and this team as a whole, New Orleans, has started to play up to their potential, while the Gladiators just kind of deflated. So, look, this is anyone's game at this point, and that's something that I just think we'll be saying after the
first this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party.
Going to
Baby girl,
halftime.
it's an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party.
I think the crowd was disrupted by the advertising.
I'm so aggressive. The end zone, the game plan, no pressure.
Anyway,
they gotta pay me how they measure me. These haters on my back like the referee.
You
know I'm in it to win it.
Catch our breath. We'll come back for our special announcement here at halftime. After commercial break, 20-14, St. Louis up on New Orleans here on the SFL Network presented by APM Music.
The D brought the rockets, cause we tighter than the huddles. Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro.
Steven, we got hacked earlier. apparently lots of music going on, multiple tracks. We got it fixed up.
We got hacked.
Oh, well, I made a mistake, but I'm saying we got hacked. We'll be right back after this. Well, tonight, Stephen, we launched the Bits Give Back program here in the Simulation Football League. We want everyone to know that we appreciate their support in all we do on the channel. And yes, bits mean player progression, but bits also mean things for you. And Stephen was part of the competition committee that put all this together. And I just want to get his take on all this Bits Give Back stuff and what SFL players can expect from this program.
Well, Cam, we've been receiving bits for a long time here, and it's you know, they've been given out of generosity and appreciation for the hard work the league and everyone puts into the league, and just for entertaining. But now we want to give back. We want bits to mean more. And that was the league's initiative for us as part of the committee to come up with some ways that we can reward the viewers for being so generous. And here, as you see on the screen, are some examples. I'm sure Cam wants to go through them.
Yeah, PB and Jotter asked is that cumulative bits donated or a single donation? So we'd still like you to, you'll still need to put this in the bit log as a receipt so we can make sure that we've gotten your bits in. You'll still cheer in increments of 100, but 100 bits will get you a shout out on the broadcast for all who donate. With 300 bits, you can get on the personal thank you graphic to be put up before, during, or after the primetime game that week. That's the Monday night broadcast. For all who donated 300 bits or more during a broadcast the previous week. With 300 bits, you also have an opportunity to unlock and gather your player's photo gallery, a collection of photos throughout his career. We've got a lot of photos on the back end, so much so that it's just a beast trying to get them all out there. 300 bits, we'll go and search out your player and get you a photo gallery of your entire career on simulationfl.net. Photos are taken by the league's high-quality capture cards. 600 bits will get you a graphic made for your player. That graphic will be shown live on the broadcast and will be put on social media. 1,000 bits, a one-on-one feature interview with myself celebrating your player's story, archived and featured on Monday night post-game broadcasts and then on YouTube. For 1,500 bits, we'll give you a player highlight reel of your season, of your career, whatever you'd like. Player donates 1,500 bits and earns a highlight reel of him or herself on YouTube. And the monthly contest that starts in August, a team hype video archived to YouTube, can also be played before their home games or before rivalry games that both teams have unlocked them with bits. A team with the most bits donated in a set amount of time, that will be the month of August, will earn a team hype video that can play before their home games. Will be posted on SFL YouTube and can play before rivalry games. So, how does it work? You just go into the bit log. You say, I've cheered a certain number of bits, and it's for either the player highlight reel, one-on-one feature, a player graphic, your player's photo gallery, a personal thank you on the broadcast, or simply just a shout-out, which we'll do in real time. That's it, Stephen. The competition committee really worked hard on this. It was really something that we put in the competition committee's hands. We wanted essentially to give back to the community. Bits aren't just a money grab. We really want this to be all about you, the players, and we want this to be a league that you can be proud of and that can give you all sorts of things, anything you can possibly imagine, and your bits help accomplish that.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I want to just reiterate with you what you said. This isn't a money grab. If you look at some of these amounts, the amount of work that has to go in to make all of these things, for me, it would exceed the actual financial amount there. That's not what this is about. This is about giving things to users that they have asked for. And we, as part of the committee, we took that into consideration. What do these user players want? What do these teams want? They want to have more features done about their player. They want highlight reels. They want graphics. I mean, I've been asked for all of those things from my players. So this is about giving the users what they want and ask for. And I want to just make one more remark. If you're watching this and you're not part of the league, you need to be part of the league in order to take advantage of it, obviously, because we're talking about things that take place in Discord. So you'll need to be part of the league and in the league and part of our Discord before you can take advantage.
Well, we got 98 viewers right now, and we've got an incredible game. St. Louis 20, New Orleans 14. Stephen and I, along with Jeff Mullenax on Stats, will be back for the third quarter after this. This is the SFL Network on Twitch.
Show Business Studios can take your dream and make it reality. Any show, anytime, any place. Show Business Studios is limited only by your imagination. Find us at showbusinessstudios.com.
The Simulation Football League on the SFL Network is brought to you by APM Music, by Show Business Studios, by MediaTek Institute, Richards Printworks, our official wonderful shop provider, ScoreStream, get on the app, and by SpyGoat, your audio needs delivered. Let's get back to it, shall we?
Yes, let's do it.
Beautiful day in St. Louis. Halftime is over. It's the Gladiators will get the ball to start the second half. 103 watching now as Juan Moore returns up to the 28-yard line. Moore says, check the scoreboard. And Vickers says, get the bleep out of here.
Well, let's see what kind of changes this Gladiators coaching staff installed during halftime. Their offense was looking a little bleak there the last few series. Can they electrify this crowd and electrify their offense? Something very similar to what we saw in the first quarter.
Asil starts out to Diaz, and Diaz will pick up 5. Andre Daniels' prognosis we will not get to see. We got a lot of Nick Finch early in that first quarter, and he's really gone quiet. As we take a look at the stats of the first half, Dylan Asil, 14 of 22, 90 yards, 1 touchdown, and a pick. Finch, 4 catches for 32 yards. Diaz and Donk Bonkers have 6 catches out of the backfield. Donkers only has 6 yards on 6 carries as Finch is wide open for a first down to the 43.
Beautiful play call there by the offensive coordinator. You know your quarterback under center is feeling a little rusty. Give him an easy open target there in the flat to give his confidence a boost and give your Gladiators a first down.
Finch now 43 yards on 5 catches. Jeff Mullenax holding down the stats. Mr. Gutty 117, Tom Pepper 19, pop into the chat as Asil goes far side. Pass caught by Tito Moss, just his second catch of the night. Second down and 4 at the 49.
And a nice job there by Hood, staying with his defender, staying with the offensive player. Didn't try to cut that route off. What knew that he just didn't have quite the angle on it, but stayed on the receiver, minimized the amount of yards. Still, good conversion for the Gladiators.
Pure 2K12 with 1,000 bits and Plague 7 with 1,400 bits. Make sure you log it in the bit log to take advantage of the Bits Give Back program on our Discord server. Diaz is launched backwards by McDaniel II, who's come alive after a slow first quarter. 3rd down and 6. Stephen, I can't remember the last time St. Louis got a first down.
Well, they just did.
Yeah,
but
before that, you get it.
Yeah, before that, sure. And you know what? What we've just seen is that we've seen this defense for New Orleans grow right in front of our eyes and gain a lot of confidence, especially from the veterans in the middle.
A seal outside, trying to turn the corner, and a first down saving tackle made on the far sideline by Cornelius Arthur, and a 4th and 1 of the 48. St. Louis might go for this, and they appear to be doing so.
But is it a tease, Cam? Are they trying to tease this young defense offsides?
Is it a tease? 15 seconds, 14 seconds. Oh, looking like a tease to me. New Orleans is tight in on the line. Maybe St. Louis just not liking the defensive lineup there for New Orleans. St. Louis going to burn a timeout, and New Orleans gets yet another stop.
Well, if I'm the Gladiators, I really would have considered going for it there on 4th and 1. You're at midfield. You don't want another series halted. You don't want to give more confidence to this young defense. And now you're giving New Orleans an opportunity to actually take a lead in this game.
SFL helmet on camera. We're going to be auctioning that off during Military Appreciation Week in Week 7, with all the money going back to a great military charity. Anybody has any leads on that, we'd love to support your organization. 4th down and 1 as St. Louis punts it away from or inside the 10. This is a good one. Down, rolling at the goal line. What a punt. What a punt for St. Louis's Graham Northrup. Stellar. And now Xander Gold is in a rough spot.
Well, it doesn't get any better than that. And actually, St. Louis, one of their special teamers, ran right past the ball and did a good job of not touching it or not taking it into the end zone. And they're able to, wow, what great field position here. It just doesn't get any better.
Here we go. Bonkers trying to get out of his end zone. And look at that burst of speed. Bonkers, despite just 6 yards on 6 carries tonight, picks up 7 and gets New Orleans out of their own end zone.
Wow, when you see a play like that, it kind of makes you scratch your head and wonder why the Pharaohs didn't run him more earlier on. This guy is your most vested veteran on the offensive side of the ball that is full of rookies. You'd think they would want to lean, a young team like this would want to lean on a guy like that.
2nd down and 3 at the 8. Look at all of St. Louis in the box. Got 9 in the box. They're going to run it to Bonkers anyway. And St. Louis is just daring Xander Gold to throw over the top.
Yeah, and I think that the leash has been pulled a little bit on this quarterback. They're where they are in field position plays a big part of that. They just want to get away from their end zone as much as possible, and that in the SFL usually means running the ball.
Can Bonkers pick up the first? 3rd down and 2 at the 8. Now 3-4 look on a counter. Dog trying to get away, and a really good job by that front 4 for St. Louis. The tackle made by Bo Knowles, and I've really been impressed with this Gladiator front 4 and really front 7 tonight.
Yeah, they've made Xander Gold very uncomfortable for most of the night. But as far as the play call, they're not really liking the counter, especially that close to your end zone, as Bonkers doesn't really have that type of speed to make that play work.
Grassmanis out of his own end zone, kicks it away to Moore. Moore's got some room to return for the 36. One more! Return of 10 yards into field goal range with 6:55 to go in the 3rd. Not what New Orleans was looking for.
Yeah, we talk about a guy that saw daylight and just ran to it. No fancy moves, no twirly birds or any of that stuff out there. Just straight to pick a hole and go right through it, and got a great field position here on New Orleans' 26-yard line.
105 viewers right now and counting here on Friday Night Lights as a seal dumps it off to Diaz, and Diaz gets a block, gets away, Denzel Diaz, touchdown St. Louis.
Talk about your highlight reel. The little dynamo, the double D gets it done. What a cut inside, Cam. We're going to take a look at this replay. This is one of the best plays we've seen all season so far. But look at him cut inside. The strength, the shoulder into the much bigger defender, and the speed burst that he gets after making that big hit. Just incredible. What a play.
So St. Louis ends their offensive blues with a tremendous play from Denzel Diaz. And Diaz now has one touchdown, 7 receptions, 45 yards, and now 81. Boy, that should have been blocked, and New Orleans just gave up on it. Extra point is good. Denzel Diaz now with 81 all-purpose yards and 2 scores.
Yeah, I think Diaz is going to be the answer for the Gladiators to get them out of this offensive funk. They need to be calling his number. He's clearly feeling it right now. And Cam, shades of Parkey Chol.
Yes.
There in that run.
Down King with another 100 bits as Jackson turns it up to the 28-yard line. Well, New Orleans has been in a worse position before. They were down 17-0 at the end of the first quarter. The game is kind of evened out there, but you got to believe, just with where Bonkers is, 11 yards on 8 carries, you got to believe, Stephen, that Xander Gold, they're going to have to let him try it. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Go. Let it fly, kid. Just don't put it anywhere near Colin Douglas.
4 picks tonight, 13 of 22 passing. Now out to Bonkers. They're really going to Bonkers on the outside. I don't blame them. Pick him up 7. Both of these running backs are very similar in the sense that they are speedy, smaller backs that both of these teams have tried to involve on the outside a lot tonight.
Well, Bonkers, I think a little bit more of a hammer than the shifty Diaz, but still has his place, especially in those swing and screen plays where he can do a lot of damage to the defense. So far tonight, has been their most consistent weapon.
6:15 to go in the third quarter. A wild one here on the first edition of Friday Night Lights here on Twitch TV as Bonkers is going backwards. A loss of about 1. Eisenhower is there again, and Eisenhower's had one of the more all-around impressive performances by a D lineman tonight because he's doing it all.
Yeah, he's been everywhere. We talk about space eaters here in the SFL. That's Eisenhower is an absolute space eater. He will take up the space in that, what currently is a 3-3 there, and just clog up the middle.
Gold's pass incomplete off the hands of the intended receiver, and that, I believe, would have been the first catch for Leroy Brown tonight, the undrafted rookie, and that drive ends in a thump, and you can sense New Orleans' window might be closing on this one.
Yeah, that's not helping out your quarterback there, young man. If you can get your hands on the ball, you got to bring it in. I understand you're trying to, here in the third quarter, really getting your first attempt and being a little rusty and coming out cold, but in that kind of a situation, you get your hands on the ball, come down with it.
High snap nearly over the punter's head. Juan Moore, who had a 10-yard return on his last one, not so lucky this time. 3-yard run up to the 36, halfway through the third quarter, and Dylan Aseel will come back out. Aseel is 18 of 26, but only for 138 yards. Does have a positive touchdown interception ratio 2-to-1. Nick Finch, 5 catches, 43 yards. And Cody Scott, 2 catches, 18 yards, and the toe tapper touchdown in the back of the end zone. Non-contract receivers, 4 catches, 32 yards tonight for Aseel and the Gladiators. First down to the 36, single high safety, back to pass is Aseel. Short of the outside, that is ruled an incomplete pass. Truckee Steck, the intended target, second down.
Cam, it's hard to believe this is the same quarterback that passed for 532 yards last week.
Right.
Number 1 passing yards in the SFL, and they have just flipped the script, and they are going Diaz heavy. And I'm not, angry at them. This is a guy that should get the ball more, has looked dynamic tonight, and Aseel has looked conservative, but like you said, that positive pass to interception ratio has helped out a lot.
Back to pass, Aseel on 2nd and 10. Near side, that's Finch. He's been living over here. Pick up a 4, his 6th catch. A critical 3rd down and 6 now for St. Louis. Tomorrow night, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. San Francisco hosts their former quarterback, Jacquise Ulandula, I should say. Can't leave out all the consonants. As they host the Carolina Skyhawks, trying to go 2-0. That's on YouTube with Michael Turillo and Levant Irvine. Join them over there on the YouTube network. A seal on 3rd down and 6. That ain't going to do it. Nice tackle made up front on the line by Curtis Compton at free safety, and another punt for St. Louis. They just can't shut the door.
Well, here's 2 notes to that drive. 1, you didn't get Diaz involved at all. Didn't really have a chance to with only 3 downs. And your quarterback has gone strictly risk averse. He is not going to take any risk at this point. He's trying to keep his turnovers to a minimum and keep this lead, but he's just leaving the door open for a young Pharaohs team. Might still be okay, Cam, because the Gladiators defense has been playing lights out.
From the 21, Jackson, who's been non-existent on offense, returns it up to the 24. Hey, how about Plague 7? Another 1,500 bits tonight. 3,000 bits tonight from Plague 7. Working his way up the leaderboard. Support the SFL, the best controllerless football simulation experience. Are you an Amazon Prime member? Hit that Twitch Prime subscribe button. That's a message from Plague 7. And he also throws in that it's a cheap Friday night for him. So we're happy to keep you off the streets. 1st and 10 at the 24. Pass is caught. Nice job tapping the toes. By the way, didn't mean to insinuate he's a prostitute. Just meant, you know, no drinking and driving. That's all. Lee with the catch.
Yeah, absolutely. That should be the league's motto. Keeping kids off the street since 2013.
2nd and 2, 117 yards for Gold. The QBR is not too pretty, but one of those interceptions wasn't even his fault. Just terrible drop. 2nd down and 2 on account of the Bonkers. Don Bonkers, 1st down and more. Bonkers, tough to bring down. Gets it out to the 36-yard line. Peltier on the tackle, but New Orleans moves the chains.
Yeah, this is what I like about Bonkers. He delivers a pop at the point of attack. You know, anytime a defender is going to even try and tackle him, he's going to get, you know, a good amount of shoulder in his face.
Heavy set look, 4-1. Oh, offside, St. Louis. That's their 3rd penalty of the night. The pass. Oh, it's a fumble from Don Bonkers. It's still loose and recovered, but it's going to be coming back. It won't count. The fumble was recovered by Kilroy Kalua.
Well, that turns in favor for the Pharaohs, although that's, again, another rookie mistake by the quarterback. You should be more aware of the penalty that took place and give him an opportunity to go long, look deep, see if you can get that big, huge score that turns this game around for you. Instead, it just erases a mistake there by Bonkers.
3:29 to go in the 3rd. Now it's 1st down and 5. New Orleans very fortunate as Gold has not really gone deep. He's gun shy since he got picked off all over the yard in the 1st quarter. Bonkers does well to avoid a loss, but picks up just 1. 2nd down and 4. And the tackle made by Carter Cannon.
And no urgency in the game of the Pharaohs. You know, willing to pound the rock here late here in the 3rd quarter, down 13. Still a lot of confidence in their offense. They saw some spark there in the 2nd quarter. They think they can re-spark it here in the 2nd half.
Gold dumps it off to Bonkers, and Bonkers, man, just barely the line of scrimmage. There is no way Manny Eisenhower has just 3 tackles tonight. And for Bonkers, maybe a little bit too involved. Now 9 receptions for 29 yards.
Well, the thing about Eisenhower is that he is actually soaking up offensive linemen there in the middle of the field, and that's opening up one-on-ones for his defensive ends and linebackers.
Bonkers has 20 touches in this game for 45 yards. 2:20 to go in the 3rd. They're going to hand it off on 3rd down. Bonkers with a head full of steam to midfield. And you could tell as soon as the hole opened up, Donk said, "I'll take it."
Well, give the Pharaohs offensive coordinator a lot of credit. He realized that they threw the ball way too much in that 1st half, and now they are going strictly bonkers here, and it's paid off there with a nice 3rd down conversion.
It's almost like New Orleans also is just trying to extend this game out. We're still in the 3rd quarter, and I think New Orleans gets the sense that if they can't keep their defense off the field, this game could get ugly, as Gold will take a 3-step drop back and fire it outside. That pass is caught by, and now Matt Wolf is hurt for New Orleans.
Yeah.
As the pass was caught by Vickers, but that's a loss for the Pharaohs. Wolf, 4 catches for 43 yards in this ballgame.
And he's really the only receiver that has really been doing anything at all. We've got Jackson and Brown, both Brown with a drop pass, and Jackson's been all but disappeared. So opportunity for those young guys to step up.
Here's Bonkers again, and St. Louis is really starting to read it. You know, Bonkers had more success there earlier in the second quarter, but St. Louis has done a really nice job stopping the swing game to the outside, and those are the type of defenses that just makes you think twice about even doing it at all.
Cam, the Pharaohs are playing like they have the lead, which is really weird.
3rd and 6. Xander Gold, deep ball. Oh, he dropped it.
There you go.
Wow, dropped by Jaquez Lynch. And why is Xander Gold not getting some of his better players involved in the game? He has not done a good job of delivering footballs to his most talented players tonight in his 4th down.
And that may be a result of the Matt Wolf injury. You know, that Lynch is put in the ball game cold off the bench. That might have been a route that was designed for Brown, might have been designed for Jackson, and they may come away with that ball, whereas you've got this guy, you know, this role player coming cold off the bench, trying to make a critical 3rd down conversion.
That was heartbreaking there. Fair catch called for, running up to the ball just in time. The 15-yard line is Juan Moore. And we'll pause for just a moment for a word from the SFL.
Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls. Jump off the sidelines and into the action here where we're loading legends at the SFL.
So 1st down and 10 from the 15-yard line. The handoff goes to Diaz up the middle, and Diaz picks up 6 yards, 40 yards on 13 carries for Diaz tonight. You know, the Pharaohs hashtag is Rise Up, and they're going to need some rise in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and I think the Gladiators' motto, if I'm right, is Swords Up. And so
the Pharaohs I meant.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I was going to talk about Diaz as being their best sword, but just steps all over.
Everything's up. 3rd and 3 at the 22-yard line. The game's too good.
It is.
The camera's waist up. So there you go.
Yeah. People don't know that you're pantsless in that cam there.
Totally.
So that would make a difference. Hey, you know what? That's the best commentary, when you just feel free and natural.
Dog's laying right here next to me. Maybe she'll make an appearance here soon. 3rd down and 3 at the 22. And Diaz trying for the 1st down. Got it. The 25-yard line. Critical move of the chains there for the little, calling them Domino or Dynamo?
I call them probably both.
Okay. The Domino Dynamo gets the 1st down, and that is the end of the 3rd quarter play. What a game to kick off our Friday Night Lights coverage on Twitch TV. We're back after a word from our sponsors. This is the SFL on Twitch, presented by APM Music.
APM Music is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com and visit their all-new esports landing page to find the best highlight music, heroic action, and epic sounds to boost the quality of your esports stream just like us. Log on to forum.apmmusic.com/esports for more information. APM Music, production music library, and custom music house. Simulation Football League on the SFL Network on YouTube is presented by APM Music, by Show Business Studios, by the MediaTek Institute, talented folks over there, Richards Printworks, ScoreStream, our official score app of the SFL, and our newest sponsor, SpyGoat. Welcome to the league. Beautiful St. Louis start of the fourth quarter. 27-14, the Gladiators on top of the Pharaohs in a seal. Flips it out and off the hands of Diaz. Incomplete, that would have been a first down. Matt Wolf may return after a leg injury.
Well, a rare mistake by Diaz there, and I've been a real big advocate of getting him involved in 3 straight runs right before the end of the third quarter. And they look to him again here, but just not able to bring it in. Doesn't hurt the Gladiators too bad, though. It's only 2nd and 10.
Three-back look for St. Louis, up 27-14 here on the expansion New Orleans Pharaohs, who, after the first quarter, have done pretty well against the Gladiators. Actually outscored them 14-10. Nice stop by Marcellus Mitchell on Diaz. Now it's 3rd down and 10, and New Orleans going to be kicking themselves on the ride back down south if they end up outscoring St. Louis the last 3 quarters.
Yeah, that's true. And look, ACL has looked really conservative here in the second half. Actually, since the second quarter, now he's going to be tasked with this long 3rd and 10 conversion.
3rd down for a seal all day. Far side, and Nick Finch has a first down. Stellar.
And beautiful in its simplicity. The deep out here. His favorite wide receiver, the defender, is 2 or 3 strides away. Just an easy open window for quarterback, and New Orleans is challenging.
Wow, I'm surprised. It looked good from here, but obviously this is a big 3rd down, so I think Arrington just wants to give it a whirl here.
Yeah, why not? You've got 2 of them. You haven't used one all game. Maybe this is an opportunity you see here. I believe as well that he did get it in, but I can see Arrington's. I can see the decision making there.
Whoa! Man, Cade Stevens was in bounds. Man, yeah, I don't know what these guys are looking at, but New Orleans just. I mean, how about the challenge from the Hall of Fame finalist? He saw something we didn't.
And that's huge, especially if the Pharaohs can get back into this game, because that causes a 4th down, causes this punt, and it's going to give the Pharaohs really good field position.
New Orleans almost got the block there. Had a couple of close ones as Jackson returns up to the 41-yard line. Man, New Orleans still in this ball game, trying to get what would be a tremendous comeback road victory in their first game as a franchise.
Where they're going to have to go through this tough Gladiators defense that has performed well all night. And whether it comes to their defensive line getting pressure on this rookie quarterback, to their secondary just picking balls out of the air all night tonight, it has been a tremendous performance by the St. Louis defense.
High formation for New Orleans. Ball at the 41-yard line, and Gold going to go deep. Gold down the sideline, almost intercepted. And you can't fault him. He had not gone deep for a long time. Anderson, the non-contract corner out there, only 1-star corner for St. Louis, knocks it away.
And I think it's a good call there by the New Orleans offensive coordinator. Go deep on 1st down. Now, did you throw it in triple coverage? That's a rookie's decision. But going forward on 1st down and you don't make it, you still have plenty of downs to get that first.
Hand off Bonkers, 2nd down and 10. Bonkers stays patient, but only finds a yard. Tackles doubled up by Afalabi and Kai, who have been both quiet tonight. Kai picked as the 8th selection in the first round. He had an interception very early in this ball.
Well, how quickly things turn around here. All of a sudden now, it's New Orleans in a critical 3rd and long here in the 4th quarter, and the quarterback in shotgun.
4 receivers in an empty backfield. Xander Gold is only 19 of 31 passing. He'll flip it outside, turning the corner, got the first down. That is a clutch play from Jaquez Lynch. A couple of catches here tonight, 5'9", 190. He's a speedster.
Yeah, and Lynch, I believe, is the guy that dropped the ball on a critical third down conversion on the last series. So making up for it, nice spin to get his head turned around and get those extra yards for the first down. A lot of the younger receivers, Cam, we'll see them already have their eyes downfield and miss that ball.
Goes Bonkers, picks up 2. Colin Douglas on the stop along with Knowles.
And I think, Cam, the main difference here for the Pharaohs is it's not that Gold isn't looking downfield as much as his receivers are making plays for him, and he's building his own confidence, but also they've just taken the most out of their opportunities when they've had them.
4 receivers in Gold to throw on 2nd down and 8. Outside dropped. Man, and that is Leroy Brown. He's having a rough rookie debut, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, at least his second drop. I just, again, you hope the competitor comes out in these guys and they're able to shake off the fact this is their first SFL game in the regular season.
Empty backfield, 5 wide. Let's see if St. Louis tries to bring any further pressure on the rookie. They rush just 3 back, everybody off. Gold going long down the middle. Oh, he dropped another one. 4th and 8. That one was dropped by Williams. Again, the Matt Wolf injury could be having an impact. And New Orleans, at this point, drops are the reason why they're not a one-possession game right now.
Well, certainly not a perfect pass, but one that's absolutely catchable by the receiver there. And look, just help your quarterback out. Look, he's seen a lot of pressure tonight. He's had a lot of interceptions go the other way, and when he gets a good enough pass down the middle, his receiver drops it. Boy, it's just something they'll pound out there during practices this season for sure.
Good punt down to the 6. Grasmanis puts it inside the 10 and could give New Orleans some momentum. They have done a pretty good job on St. Louis outside of just a brilliant individual play there by Diaz, not negating the blocking downfield, but Diaz made that touchdown happen earlier in the half.
Yeah, and these punters have played a really good game. They put these teams in some real awkward positions.
3 backs in a backfield, and New Orleans shifting some defense all over the field. Now Diaz on a handoff, got 4. Nice job coming up to make the tackle from Tank Bennett. 2nd down and 6 with the clock starting to not be on New Orleans' side.
Yeah, absolutely. This is Diaz time. We've seen Azil go cold. After a really great first quarter, and it's been Diaz who's been their primary playmaker, with Azil being very conservative.
Out of the gun, Azil on 2nd down and 6 from the 10. He's going to throw against a 4-man rush. Azil's in trouble. Azil got away. Now Azil's in the end zone. Azil finally throws the ball and throws it away. Dylan Azil with some happy feet, and he almost walked himself into a safety.
Yeah, it's, Houdini-esque escape there by Azil. And then, like we've seen him do prior in this game, he puts himself in more danger by going back into the pocket again. It doesn't hurt them, but surely a lot of opportunity to find the open receiver. Amazed that didn't get completed.
3rd and 6 in the 10. New Orleans defense still putting in some work. Azil has to get it away. Pass caught by Steck, trying to turn the corner, cannot. New Orleans will have good field position now. They just have to catch some passes.
Terrific job by the Pharaohs, causing a lot of havoc there on an offensive line that for St. Louis that has been really good all night. Now New Orleans is starting to cause some pressure, make Azil feel uncomfortable, and as you can see, the results, another punt, this time from their own end zone.
Blue Tiger, C. Carter, MPLS, Deshaun Carter, and I believe Fry That Chicken, all new to our Discord server here tonight. So just wanted to give them a shout out as Jackson returns. Good return up to the St. Louis 43-yard line. And here we go, New Orleans defense. Who would have thought keeping this team in the game. And Xander Gold has played a pretty good last couple of quarters, but he's got to get some help.
Yeah, he's settled down from those early interceptions, but you're absolutely right, Cam. His young wide receiver core needs to step up and make some plays if they're going to get back into this game.
He's 20 of 34. Hand off to Bonkers, picks up 3. Leroy Brown has been targeted 4 times tonight. He has 0 catches. As you were wondering earlier about Brown's performance, as you look at the updated running back numbers, not a lot from either.
Yeah, and with Matt Wolf, you know, unless he makes a comeback out here, you know, they're going to need players like Brown and Jackson to make some impact plays here.
Heavy set, 2nd and 7 from the 40. Bonkers right up the middle. Bonkers so patient, picks up 5 yards, finding the hole to the 34-yard line of St. Louis.
Well, he has that ability to get skinny when he needs to, and he absolutely used it there, able to slice and dice that defensive line and make a couple moves there to get him the extra yards and make this a very comfortable 3rd down.
So go back 4 wide, Gold gonna throw. 3rd down and 2, Gold outside. Oh my word! What was that? That was Brock Lee on the outside, and he can't help out his quarterback. And we were talking about this in pregame, Stephen. New Orleans has a lot of young receivers, not a lot of talent on the outside for New Orleans, and it has just killed them tonight trying to make this comeback.
Well, that's all about chemistry, Cam. That's stuff that's built in the off seasons. Some of these SFL teams built over years and years and years, and clearly that these two just haven't really connected yet this offseason. They need more time to do so.
Look at that punt. Oh, he slid into the end zone. He just gave it away. Coffin cornered by Gressmanis and thrown away.
That's an absolute mistake by the special teamer down there. Should have let it just go out of bounds, recognize the situation. But Cam, when you're in these kind of situations where you've got people and receivers dropping the ball, you know, that discourages players, especially young players, and they can start making those mental mistakes.
Second half of missed opportunities for New Orleans. Seal trying to put him away and almost threw a pick. Kappa Jones, who's been quiet tonight because St. Louis hasn't gone deep too much, swats that away.
I don't know what Seal saw there, but really one of his lone opportunities to look long, and it's nearly picked off. You know, he just may not be feeling it, that particular, you know, going downfield tonight, might not be feeling it. And we've expected a more conservative game from him. We've seen it. So just surprised at this point in the game to see him do that. But again, one of those 1st down chances.
And off to Diaz, no gain, 3rd down and 10. Roger wants to make an appearance. There she is. What a tank. 3rd down. The Cam giving you a look.
Nice.
Giving you a look here at SFL headquarters. 3rd down and 10. She must be camera shy. She left. A Seal. Passing. Far side. That's definitely a catch. What a throw. Nick Finch has been so critical to this offense. 8 catches, 60 yards. St. Louis moves the chains and New Orleans running out of time.
I don't know what constitutes a catch anymore in this league, Cam. That's the exact same play that got challenged and called back and forced a punt by the Gladiators. Here it appears, so far, no challenge flag, so that's going to be a nice 1st down and a good solid pass there by Seal. Coming back, almost getting picked off there on 1st down. Come back with a solid play.
A Seal trying to, he's going for it. Oh, it's caught by Cody Scott down to the New Orleans 33-yard line. A Seal stays patient and waits to go for the jugular. St. Louis on the cusp of their 1st victory of the season.
Well, we just had a feeling, Cam, that someone needed to make a big play here. A lax defense by the Pharaohs allows Cody Scott to get wide open. A Seal looking at Scott the entire time, lofts one into the breadbasket perfectly, and now finally we're on this side of the field.
Yeah, we've happen on the other side of the field. I think some fans are asking for a refund. Back to pass, a seal staying strong in the pocket, but then goes down, a loss of 7. You know, New Orleans, for not having a lot of talent up front, Sammy Springs with the sack. A seal got to do better getting rid of that ball.
Yeah, he just, you know, a seal just needs to speed up his process here. His line has given him all kinds of time. Times that if, time that a rookie like Xander Gold would accidentally use to dissect a secondary, and a seal just having trouble with that internal clock of his.
Second down, 17. New Orleans defense not giving it up. A seal out of the gun gets to just a 3-man rush. A seal going deep. It's intercepted. New Orleans baited him, and a seal's got his second pick, and Aaron Arrington, the Hall of Famer, adds to his, or the future Hall of Famer, adds to his career total.
And Arrington, the savvy veteran, just sits on this route and perfectly dissects what the play is. He knows it's coming to his man. He runs the route better than his receiver and comes away with that ball and breathes a little life in these Pharaohs.
New Orleans just not letting it go. That is the 7th turnover of this ball game. New Orleans had 5 all in the first half. Gold, deep drop back. Gold firing down the middle of the field off the hands. It may have been deflected, but my God, Lynch, the culprit this time.
I think he flubbed it.
God.
He absolutely did, and it's just
horrible.
What kind of a game would this be if this receiver core would have come down with these passes? Xander Gold's stat sheet, it's going to look terrible, but it's not all his fault tonight. If I am New Orleans coaching staff, I'm seeking medical attention because these drops are giving me heart attacks.
I think I know where their coach points are going this week. 20 of 36 for Xander Gold, and there's been at least 6 or 7 drops. Gold out of the gun now, 2nd down and 10. Flips it outside, near side, turning the corner. Didn't get the first down, picks up 9, though, did Lynch.
Just glad to see him come away with the ball there. Maybe that'll be a spark of something here.
3rd and 1, Gold, deep, far sideline. What a catch, Lynch again. Stepping up for the first down of the 45.
So much of this game has been about building the confidence of these young players. Xander Gold throwing interceptions early, gaining some more confidence, throwing on a dime here to Lynch, who has had multiple drop passes in this game. Now 2 back-to-back catches here late in the 4th quarter. Confidence camp.
I have not seen Matt Wolf back out there. Have you?
No.
Steven? Yeah, Matt Wolf, who had a leg injury, just never could get back out on the field, so New Orleans is playing catch-up in that regard. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Had a couple guys get hurt tonight. Gold straight back. Gold in some trouble. Gold, is he going to get rid of it? Finally just throws it away. Good play by the rookie there. Nobody was open.
That's something that Axel on the other side of the ball has had a lot of trouble with, just deciding to get rid of the ball, go for the next play. Axel's been holding that ball and getting sacked or nearly intercepted for doing that. Nice job by the rookie.
2nd down and 10 at the 45. There's a look at Mandrake Perp, now empty backfield, 5 wide, and a dime look for St. Louis, protecting the 13-point lead. Gold, deep down the middle, floats it up, and it's incomplete, and he's got to zip that in there. If he would have zipped that pass in to Jackson, that would have been a completion. Took too long to get there.
Yeah, actually really great blocking by the offensive line. When you give this rookie an opportunity there in the back of the pocket, he can deliver some lasers, but you're absolutely right. Not doing his receiver any favors there by lofting the ball in and giving the defender an opportunity to come in and break it up.
So now it's a 3rd down and 10 as New Orleans has had to abandon the run of Donk Bonkers and the swing game as they've had to go deep. For the most part, it just hasn't been too effective. Matt Wolf is injured, and Gold on a pump fake steps into the pocket. He tried to scramble and run, and he's sacked. Perp gets him from behind, his 2nd sack of the night, 4th and 12, and I think New Orleans has to go for it.
Well, you mentioned Perp at the beginning of that play, and in my mind, I was, when are we going to hear that name again? We instantly heard it there with the sack.
4th and 12, this could be it. 3.5 to go in the 4th. Gold. Back to pass. Gold facing some pressure. Gold got taken down by the ankles. It's number 90. And that's Levi Eugene with the sack, and the St. Louis defensive front strikes again.
Well, we've talked all game about quarterbacks holding the ball too long here. Gold forced to do that in a 4th down situation with the game on the line. But his receivers just have to do a better job of getting open, Cam. We don't really get that view to watch what the receivers are doing out there on their routes. But chances are, if they're not catching the ball well and they're miscommunication that, on that chemistry, and that route running is probably not very good as well.
And off to Diaz, looking for room. Denzel Diaz picks up 6 yards. Obi Okoye on the stop. If you missed it earlier, we launched the Bits Give Back program here in the SFL, and we'll have full details on our website after the ball game is over. Just make sure to put in the bit log what you're trying to cheer for. 2nd and 4 after the Diaz 6-yard run. Denzel Diaz, 54 yards, 20 carries tonight, but he's been instrumental in the passing game as well. 3 backs in the backfield on 2nd down and 4, 2:40 to go in the 4th quarter, bleeding the clock. Diaz takes the handoff, got the 1st down, and now we're starting to hear the fat lady warm up.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we've talked about this guy, Diaz, all game. I call him a buffet runner, Cam. You can have a little bit of speed here. You can have a little power here. He's got great balance. Whatever you need him to do. If you need him to break a run on the outside, absolutely do that for you. Keep the legs turning. Need him to bowl over a linebacker twice his size, no problem. This guy's an absolute buffet runner. Can do everything you need him to do. And here, he's closing out the game.
Jeff Mullenax doing a great job for us on stats tonight. St. Louis does not have to snap this before the 2-minute warning, and I don't think they will. Cue the music. Sometime. There you go. 2-minute warning. This is the SFL Network on Twitch, presented by APM Music. Stay with us. Help us keep that average 96 people still watching. Fantastic debut of Friday Night Lights, and both teams doing a good job of overcoming some adversity. In the end, New Orleans just not enough, although still not done yet. All 3 timeouts for the Pharaohs, and Diaz going to be dropped backwards. Timeout New Orleans, and now you start to think about the pressure that might be on Martin, who missed 3 field goals last week.
Yeah, well, a pressureless situation for Martin, so a good opportunity for him to gain his confidence back after missing 3 field goals last week in a loss to London.
1:56 to go. New Orleans has 2 timeouts. You never know what can happen in the last 2 minutes. Seal hands it off to Diaz. Diaz running the wrong way, and now it would be a 50-yard field goal, and that may even be out of Martin's attempted range. 3rd and 13.
Well, I expect the Gladiators to continue to run the ball here, even on 3rd and 13. Maybe get a couple extra yards to make their kicker a little bit more comfortable here. But they come out in shotgun, so what do I know?
Well, they may think, well, two times -3 yards. Maybe we should air this puppy out. 3-3 look out of the defense, and Seal will pass against a 3-man rush. Look at Seal off his back foot, threw it out of bounds, and that stops the clock. And New Orleans saves a timeout. Just take off with it. St. Louis just cannot put this game away.
Well, he absolutely had a wide receiver wide open in the area that he was throwing, just throwing on the run. Yeah, throwing on the run just threw off his accuracy.
So instead, Northrop will try to pin New Orleans deep. That's probably smart, since even with a made field goal, it would still be a 2-possession game. So Northrop, oh, this is a horrendous punt. Doesn't even get to the 15-yard line, and Jackson up to the 18. That was a 15-yard punt.
Wow, might as well just throw it on 4th down. I mean, that's pretty much what that equals there. But either way, St. Louis at this point can't really make many mistakes that are going to hurt them. This Pharaohs offense, although this is an opportunity, they just haven't really shown anything here in the second half that makes them believe they can get back into this game.
22 of 39 tonight. He's gotten the #1 pick workout. Gold to throw for the 40th time. Deep ball down the field. Knocked away. Really good coverage by Colin Douglas. I think he got a swat on it. Matt Wolf back into the game. That could spark the Pharaohs offense just in time, but they're going to need some help. So Monday night, Stephen, we're going from St. Louis all the way to London, I believe, as the London Knights host the Queen City Corsairs, a battle of unbeaten teams. That's going to be fun. We're going to rack up a lot of frequent flyer miles this season.
Yeah, London, known for their defense, gave up over 500 passing yards to this St. Louis team. And Queen City, we saw them absolutely destroy Houston. So these are two, a bit of a juggernaut teams to start the season, going head-to-head early. And it should make for exciting football, just like this game. It's turned out to be, I think, one of our better games.
3rd down and 10. New Orleans definitely has some work to do, but they outscored St. Louis on the road through the last 3 quarters. And sometimes teams start slow on the road as Gold flips it deep. Oh, that pass is caught. Oh, Wolf almost stayed in bounds. I thought he was going to go all the way down the sideline and score. 1st down, New Orleans to the 44, and he stops the clock.
Nearly broke away, Cam, from the defender.
Wow.
He might have actually even stepped out of bounds prior to the hit, but it looks like to me the Gladiators had put in their 2nd team, but I might be mistaken because I see Douglas out there.
Yeah, I don't think with a 2-score game and 1:28 left, I think all the starters are still out there. They would be if I was coaching St. Louis. Out of the eye is Gold, and Gold is going to go deep again to Wolf. Pass is knocked up and batted away by Colin Douglas. Douglas has been the MVP of this defense tonight.
Well, there's no lack of arm strength for Xander Gold here, as we're seeing some absolute rockets being projected out of the pocket. And that's what this kid brings. A lot of potential, a lot of talent. Now it's just educating him, getting him comfortable in the pocket, giving him some good weapons to throw to, and solid protection from his offensive line.
The backfield 5 wide, 2nd down and 10. Gold has just been chucking it here on this drive. Again, chucking it. Oh, wow, great coverage by Anderson. Didn't even see him there as he goes up to defend the pass, I believe intended for Brown. 3rd down and 10. I thought that was a touchdown.
But what a small window, Cam. That Gold was trying to squeeze it in there. 3 St. Louis defenders in the area. 1 right on top of the receiver there. So Xander is just letting loose right now.
Budweiser Stadium on their feet. 3rd down and 10. Gold straight back. Gold on it. It's intercepted off a tip. Peltier with his 2nd interception off a drop pass. Oh, that is horrific. Xander Gold and the Pharaohs getting back on the plane.
Well, this is a St. Louis secondary you can make 0 mistakes on, because they will take advantage of all of these tip balls that we've seen tonight. And again, this one, it's going to look on the stat sheet like this rookie had a terrible debut. He did not. For a majority of his passes, he was spot on, and a lot of his receivers just let him down tonight.
That is 11 interceptions for St. Louis in their first 2 weeks.
Wow.
This defense really good, as New Orleans will take a timeout. So St. Louis is going to go 1-1. And we'll take a look at what's coming up on their schedule, because the Gladiators, close game against London, and now tonight putting together what ended up being the better performance.
Yeah, and look, if you're New Orleans, obviously you're disappointed by the early loss, but realize that you have a lot of talent, and this game would have been very different, if some of these receivers had made some plays for that rookie quarterback. 1 or 2 different plays here or there, and this score could have been a lot tighter.
This game, absolutely. I mean, this could have gone down to the wire. There were a few moments in this game where it really looked like New Orleans was going to pull out some magic. That pick right before the half, and that drop on 3rd down deep when they were driving from left to right, those were the killer plays for New Orleans tonight as St. Louis takes the final kneel down.
Well, post that first quarter, Cam, St. Louis just never felt like they had a firm grip on this game. They left the window open in the second quarter, started playing really conservative really early, and the Pharaohs climbed back in a little bit, but this Gladiators defense absolutely shut New Orleans down in the second half. And, they must have got charged up at halftime and realized those second quarter mistakes and really came out and blanked a talented Pharaohs team that can only go up from here.
Well, a good night tonight, and that is the ball game. 27-14. And we take a look at the post-game stats. How about it? St. Louis is 1-1. Your initial thoughts, Stephen, as we take a look at the numbers.
Very impressed by the Gladiators defense tonight. They did a tremendous job causing or making the most of their opportunities, getting all of those turnovers, 6 in total. They won this game playing differently than they did against London. They had a much more balanced attack, as we see there. Diaz scoring, I believe, one of his 2 touchdowns on the night. And a still a much more conservative passing game, but he made the plays when he needed to make them, and the conversions they needed to win. And, really lucky for them. They were playing a Pharaohs team that just didn't seem ready to play tonight. Really shaky early. A rookie quarterback under center, Xander Gold, who looked better as the game progressed, looked to gain his confidence, but just didn't have enough playmakers around him in order to get back into a game where they were down 13 for most of the game.
St. Louis hosts London next week, next Sunday, their last of a 3-game homestand. Denzel Diaz, 2 touchdowns, 107 all-purpose yards, and 22 rushing attempts tonight. That just about does it for us at Budweiser Stadium. Your final thoughts on this ball game, Stephen?
It was fun, for our Friday night debut to have a nice competitive game, to see the debut of a brand new SFL franchise and get an opportunity to see what they look like for the first time and see all the potential that they have. And really happy for the Gladiators to really have started this season strong and are probably better than their 1-1 record shows.
New Orleans home opener is next Sunday against the Oklahoma City Renegades, who are trying to go 2-0 Sunday against the Tulsa Desperados. Bits Give Back launched tonight. Press release coming on the SFL website later tonight. This has been a presentation of the SFL Network presented by APM Music on Twitch TV. SFL's Friday Night Lights. Final score, St. Louis 27, New Orleans 14. Bye.
Don't forget, tomorrow night, Saturday night, we're going to be on the air again. Cam, you can remind me, but it's Carolina. Oh, it's Carolina and it's San Francisco. Tomorrow night, come back with us and join us. Have a good time with us.
That's right. It's on YouTube, and that's how you ruin a perfect musical cue.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I don't hear the music.
No, we can keep going all we want.
So how are you doing, Cam? Was your day good?
I'm great.
I'm good.
I'm great. Day was good. The life of a commissioner, certainly. Ups and downs. Been working since 10 a.m., slaving away, getting ready for the weekend, but it's nice to be back here at SFL Studios. The beautiful championship banner behind us. If you didn't get a chance to see it at the convention, we've actually got some pictures coming from our photographers that we should be able to share over the weekend, hopefully, with the SFL community. Got a lot of great shots of that convention. I'm just glad the convention's over. Great time, and great people. I wish the people were still here, but my goodness, it's tough throwing a party.
Man, I just ruined a perfectly good ending. I apologize for that. You're waving goodbye and everything.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. We can end it now if you'd like.
Sure. All right. Dilly dilly, everybody.
See you later, everybody.